It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. In this game, we'll see the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Cleveland, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Hey, we'll be keeping an eye on Andre Drummond tonight. 9th overall pick back in 2012 out of UConn. Shaq, he's still a very young big with a lot of room to grow.
He's an incredible offensive and defensive rebounder, Ernie. One of the hardest box-out assignments in the league since Dennis Rodman.
You know what, though? Last year he started taking some shots outside of the paint, which was surprising but good. Opened up.
Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, in a fine Eastern Conference affair here at Barclays Center. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Martin is out there with LeBron James. Then there's the doctor. Then there's Irving. And it's Shaq in at the 5 down low.
Now, one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
Now here is Jack. Young, a screen on James. And Bogdanovich kicks to Ellington. 6 to shoot. Jack with it. And it's Martin picking him up. Here's Bogdanovich. The shot is off. O'Neal with the defensive effort. And now running it up the court. Martin pushing it up. And the dunk by LeBron.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Ellington the pass to Jack. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Bogdanovich. Martin with the block. Outside Irving. He feeds it to James. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Here's Bogdanovich. The Cavaliers making the shot. Here's Lopez. Martin with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Five on the clock. Shot by Jack. Wide open. And the Nets miss again.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going. And doing a great job here just stringing together solid possessions as they build that lead up.
I tell you, there's no substitute for consistency, Greg. You know that. I know it. You can stay in control of the game. They'll stay in control of it if they simply stay good with their execution of the game plan and don't waste any possession.
And now that the seal is broken, maybe their shooting will start to improve.
Yeah, I don't think they really wanted to have as cold a start as they did, but maybe that'll break the ice and they'll move forward in fine fashion from here.
Now here's Irving. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Irving against Jack. Lopez a screen. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game. Russell Westbrook in for Kyrie Irving. Screen by Young. Jack up on top from downtown. No luck. Great D that time from Westbrook. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Now here is Jack. Pass to Young. Takes it off the glass.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
You know, last season, Thaddeus Young was moved from Minnesota to Brooklyn, guys. A good move for everybody involved as he helped with the playoff push.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Brooklyn with the ball. The Cavaliers making the shot. Lopez a screen on Westbrook. Jack's shot is good. Jack's got his first 2 points of the night. Young last year, as you mentioned, GA, shipped to Brooklyn, provided good punch off the bench.
Yeah, and Young is so efficient in his scoring that he's a great guy to play heavy minutes off the bench. Shot over 50% from the floor in his games with the Nets.
Here's Westbrook. After Jared Jack's score, he was all alone on that one. 8 points for LeBron.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
Here's Bogdanovich. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And stolen by James. And here we go. Fast break. LeBron's got it. Hammers it down off the coast-to-coast break.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
Now here is Jack. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
The Nets making a switch here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. Paul's checked in for Cleveland. Lopez against O'Neal. Tries again. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
And he's good on the second. And for Brook Lopez, disappointing start to last season. The season before, he had played only 17 games, so he wanted to make an impact right off the bat. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, you know, he missed the first 2 games altogether with the foot injury and comes back to play pretty well, then hurts his back. Out for 8 more games, comes back again. He's benched in favor of Miles Plumlee. Just a very disjointed year for Lopez.
And guys, looking at Jared Jack, one word comes to mind: professional. I mean, he's as solid as they come. Tough, capable, experienced, and he proved it all again last season.
Talking about Jarrett Jack, he is especially dangerous at the end of the game. Not only does he make great decisions, Clark, he was a top 10 free throw shooter last season.
Yeah, experienced, tough-minded ball handlers and shot makers are always valuable, especially when it's winning time.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now here is Jack. They set the pick. It's Young on the wing. And it's sent back by O'Neal. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. And Westbrook throws it down hard.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
Now, here is Young, and the rebound goes to Martin.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Now the feed to Paul. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
And he gets it to go. 6 points for Jarrett Jack.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
From deep three-point range, that misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Cavaliers lead by 15. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every game.
I go back and I'm able to, read the scouting report, and also when I get to the arena, I also watch more film on each and every guy that's going to be playing, guys that I know.
I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there, caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it, and some guys don't. But he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And for the Cavaliers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Boy, have they come out strong. Just some tremendous offense.
Guys fully in control and stroking it well.
They've got Robinson. Also, Brook Lopez out there. Jarrett Jack is out there with Hollis Jefferson. And it's Kilpatrick in at the 2. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. They get it again. Here's Robinson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Now here's Paul. 5 points in the game. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And he gets it to go.
Well, if you're going to give them layups, there's no way you're going to get back in this game.
Nets trail by 17. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
I need you guys to be crashing the offensive glass. Big guys, use your size to box out and get inside position. Effort, fellas, effort.
Very state-of-the-art, outstanding facility.
Yeah, the Nets have a nice home here. I bet they wish they were stronger here at home. Finished under 500 last season with a record of 19-22.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. The dish now to Lopez. Shot is off. Shaq with some nice D.
And you know, guys, that 19-22 record here in Brooklyn certainly a stain for the Nets. I mean, they would be the only team to make the playoffs in the NBA last year with a losing record at home.
And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Martin. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And with the Nets' struggles at home last season, they were simply outshot in this building. Also, they were the second worst in rebound differential at home, meaning they got killed on the glass here.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
Westbrook wide open. He fires. Hits the three-point bomb. Westbrook's got 12 points in the game. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. There's a screen by Robinson. Here's Kilpatrick. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside. And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They have a huge edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. I mean, they've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has been superb.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. Three minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Here's Larkin. And the shot no good, a bit short. Cleveland leading by 21. Two summers ago, all anyone could talk about was LeBron James and the return to Cleveland.
I mean, you couldn't write that stuff, Kevin. I mean, it was unbelievable, the storyline. I mean, after all the acrimony between LeBron and the ownership as well as the fans, but you know what? He said it best. He truly is back where he belongs.
He's home. He's home.
Shane Larkin.
And, you know, for LeBron, he knew he had his work cut out for him in Cleveland. A younger team unseasoned in the playoffs. They had to remake the roster a bit and gain that experience.
Gentlemen, two shots. Two shots.
And that one falls for Larkin.
And LeBron and the I think they'll have a chance to bring that long-awaited championship to the city of Cleveland. But LeBron's return was bigger than basketball. He said it was about hope and inspiring his home state, and no doubt that was accomplished in his first year.
Larkin hits them both. After the Nets' big moves the past couple years, they were looked at as an older team, but you break it down, and you know, Greg, they're not as old as you think.
And actually had the fifth youngest team of anyone in the postseason. And so, though they seem older just because so many of their players had playoff experience or came into the league at a young age.
It's deflected and stolen by LeBron. Here's Paul, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there. And, you know, for the Nets, the roster's average age was about 2 years younger at the end of the 2015 season than where they were at the end of 2014. They made a point to get younger.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 12. That drops. O'Neal's got his second basket of the night.
And even though the Nets were younger last season, they were tough in tight games, playing really like a bunch of veterans, and went 10-2 on the year.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
When you think about guards who play without fear or any hesitation, Russell Westbrook is the first of those guys to come to mind.
I tell you what, man, his relentless pursuit and attacking of the goal and his opponent is really something to watch.
So it's Brooklyn now.
And for Westbrook, he had some high praise. Allen Iverson said he's a huge fan. Of Westbrook and see so much of himself in him, mostly due to how they play with heart. I'll tell you the other thing, Allen Iverson always felt that athletic.
Yeah. He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
That could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I tell you what, that is the crowd pleaser of all crowd pleasers.
Bogdanovich passes to Hollis Jefferson. Shot clock at 3. Corner shot. The shot is off. Good D by Westbrook. Cleveland's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. The pass to Larkin. He dishes it to Lopez. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on Shaq. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Cavaliers?
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
The first free throw is good.
And it's strange to think that early last year, all the talk in the media was about the in-house fighting on the Cavs. Goes to show just how much better things are for a team when they're winning.
Donald Sloan's checked in for Larkin. Brook Lopez hits them both. Well, as rough as the Cavs might have started the season, Clark, they were all at peace near the end. Things turned around certainly after the All-Star break. Had their amazing playoff run, great momentum, and that confidence showed every game they played.
Really did, and I thought the big three found a way to come together nicely and smooth out the rough spots, and James, Irvin, and Love ended up being the highest scoring trio in the league last year.
Paul with the steal. 1:11 left now here in the second. Dishes to O'Neal. Shot clock at 6. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
3-second violation. Brooklyn ball.
There's 57 seconds left here in the second. Here's Sloan. He's covered by Westbrook. Lopez kicks to Bogdanovich. Can't hit, and it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Here's Martin. Here's Shaq. For 3, Westbrook, and another 3 for Cleveland.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Sloan dishes to Young. And Bogdanovich kicks to Lopez. Soft touch off the glass. Lopez has got 7.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
To the left side wing. That's a 2 from Paul, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Cavaliers on top, running away with it. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome, everyone. We'll be taking a look back at what was clearly a one-sided first half of action. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was all Russell Westbrook in the first quarter. He ended up with 15 points and 4 assists. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball. Just watching the flow of their offense, everything clicked into place. Fantastic shot selection. They took advantage of everything the defense gave them.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts? And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
Well, Westbrook has been great. 15 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 3-pointers.
Well, when he squared himself up and gotten good looks, he's knocked them down.
Cleveland's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. LeBron James is out there with Martin. Then it's O'Neal. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Westbrook in at the point guard. Paul against Jack. Inside. Stolen by Martin. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. And he gets it to go. And that's now 11 points for Chris Paul.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers. And, Clark, that's really deflating for a team to cough up the ball and have it turn into points immediately on the other end.
You know, Greg, it feels like giving up 2 baskets, the one you didn't get, and then the one you allow the opponent to get.
And who could forget the tear that Westbrook went on last season. I mean, after the All-Star break, it was just triple-double after triple-double for him.
Shot clock at 6. Feeds it to Lopez. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession.
And you can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
2 on the clock from the inbound. No good from Jack. Well, Greg, for Westbrook, as you were talking about him, the triple-double stretch included 4 in a row. He had 6 triple-doubles, Clark, in 8 games. He was sensational.
Yeah, it really was, Kevin. And what's even more amazing was that he was very close to a triple-double, even on the nights he didn't get one. Man, he's a guy who showed you what it means to carry a team.
And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. And LeBron throws it down.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Jack against Westbrook. Here's Young. Again, Young missing.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
James with the bucket.
Another bucket added to the lead. They've been the better team in every facet.
And in my opinion, you get extra bonus points, extra eye of the beholder points when you do it the way they're doing it on the road. That's special. And a sloppy stretch for him. Now 2 turnovers in 3 minutes. He's got to focus in and value the ball.
Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Lopez. Here's LeBron. He's got 16, and the serious dunk to finish it off.
This is a nice third-quarter surge here. They've got it going right now.
And a perfect time to get hot, just as we get into the meat of the second half here.
And Jack, here we go. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
Really tough for this group right now, trying anything to stop the run.
And no matter what they've tried, it hasn't worked. I think they've just got to slow it down, idle it back, and get back to the basics.
The Nets making a switch here.
Hey.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Paul outside. Outside Westbrook. Shoots the 3. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Paul. Paul is doubled. Pass to Westbrook. Lets the 3 fly. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 6th assist on the night. Nets were pretty far back from relevance at times last season, as we saw. It took a late season hot streak for them, Greg, to get into the playoff picture.
Yeah, and that was a neck-and-neck race with the Pacers right till the very end. Not exactly what they had in mind at the start of the season, but they did pull through.
Cleveland's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And finished off by Martin.
Tell you what, he's not... Not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Pass to Kilpatrick. 6 on the shot clock. Out left to the wing. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Kilpatrick's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Cleveland with the ball. They're on a 17-5 run here. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
And Karasov kicks to Robinson. Out to the right wing. Inside. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And those midseason trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Thomas Robinson.
Yeah, and, you know, they built the roster to how they played best midseason. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
And Thomas Robinson has been on a lot of teams here in his short time in the league. Not easy to find a spot when you're always getting moved.
And for Robinson, the trades weigh on him as well. Clarkie said last season that he just wants to prove that he belongs here.
Well, you know, he's yet to find the right fit for a team, but the skill set is clearly there. I mean, he's an NBA player. There's no doubt about that. Looked great for Philadelphia near the end of the year as he got minutes with them.
Shots good from Young. For Cleveland, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. Goes back up. Kicks to Paul. Trying to find Martin. He's got it now. From deep, LeBron. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 4 assists in the game.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
1:25 left to play in the third. There's a screen by Robinson. Kilpatrick, and that one's good. Kilpatrick's got 9.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now, here is Jack. 6 points for him. There's a screen by Robinson. And Jack, here we go. Here's Karasov. The three-pointer off the mark. Cleveland's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
So for the Nets, Lopez, he's checked in for Thomas Robinson. And Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Karasov. Cleveland shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
And the thing about LeBron James, he's really done a nice job of reshaping his game over the years. I mean, every veteran goes through losing a little speed and quickness. The great ones compensate by getting stronger and more physically imposing, not to mention also their basketball IQ grows as well, just as has been the case for LeBron.
And the Nets making a change here. Brown's checked in, and Cleveland also making a change. Irving's checked in. Young sets a screen for Jack. Young, right side. 17-foot shot on the way.
I tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
16 seconds left in the third quarter. Irving against Jack. Outside Irving. From deep three-point range, no good. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Cavaliers on top, just dominating this one. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Here's Larkin. Shane Larkin is out there with Donald Sloan. And then there's Henry Smith. That jam! I mean, just beautiful. The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
Shaq down low. He's covered by Brown. Just 5 to shoot. Irving. And it's Shaquille O'Neal with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. The Nets making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. Here's Larkin. He kicks to Brown. To the left wing. To the middle. Here's Larkin. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And how's that for some ups coming from that one?
Well, he is a rarity among NBA point guards in his ability to elevate.
Yeah, his athletic ability, guys, is really what takes him a notch above most players at his position.
Cleveland's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Oh, and here comes Robinson all alone. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Whoa, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Sergei Karasov's checked in for the Nets. Robinson passes to Sloan. Robinson a screen on Irving. Sloan dishes to Robinson. LeBron with the block. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. And finished off by Martin.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficiently.
From deep. Kept alive. LeBron kicks to Irving. From deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Irving's got 5 points now in the quarter. Here's Sloan, covered by Irving. Sloan passes to Sims. There's a screen. The 3. And the Nets miss again.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
They really... want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. It's Brown with the drive, and the Miracle Man is going to pick up the foul. Here's Brown. Irving knocks it away. They retain possession. They get it back. Robinson, that's good.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Outside Irving. Picked his pocket. Here's Sloan, defended by Paul. Robinson a screen on Paul. Sloan dishes to Robinson. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
The offensive rebound, the kick out to Irving. Paul, no one around him. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 4 assists in the game. Paul with the steal. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Fantastic dunk, and he decided to hang around up there for a while, Kevin.
Well, maybe, he didn't want to land awkwardly. I don't know.
Oh, guys, come on. He's up there posing for the photographers. That's all that's about.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Larkin is checked in for Brooklyn. On defense, the Cavaliers. Sims kicks to Larkin. Here's the screen. Feeds it to Sims. 5 to shoot. Here's Robinson. Martin with the block.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Cleveland.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
1:58 left in the fourth quarter. Shot to stop the run. Robinson, that's good. Robinson's got 9 points here in the second half.
As a defender, you always have to stay on your man's hip. If you don't, that's what's going to happen.
Outside Irving. Shot clock at 5. And again, it's Cleveland.
And Kevin, that's a really sweet stroke from Irving there.
The Nets have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Cavaliers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that.
And what a huge standout performance it was for James. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long. And that's his fourth, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
For Brooklyn, Shane Larkin. At the line for two.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And last season, the Nets made sure nobody went off against them. They would lose games, but they did a great job of limiting an opposing star from taking over.
He hits both from the stripe. Well, as you mentioned with the Nets, they limited takeover games, set an NBA record, in fact, Clark, by allowing the fewest 30-point scores against them.
Yeah, you know, only Harden and Lillard were able to get 30 points against the Nets. As you said, the first team to allow so few in a complete NBA season. Going back to '99, the strike-shortened season, the Knicks did it as well.
The feed to Robinson. The dish to Karasov. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And the Miracle Man is going to pick up a foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2.
Excellent game we've seen from Thomas Robinson. He has 15 points and the 1 steal. Really dominating this game, just taking it over.
And really, the fact that he's making it look so effortless while he's doing it.
Here's Irving. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer instinct they've shown, finishing strong.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Brown kicks to Sims. Plenty of space. And the basket good.
And this run not really doing them any good at this point, as late as it's starting to evolve.
Yeah, but kudos to him, Greg. I mean, the fight they're showing now, you got to give them credit for that. Would have been really easy to pack it in.
Outside Irving. Misses. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, thank you, Kevin. Russell, obviously your ability to attack on offense is such a key for your team. How do you decide when to go to the hoop and when to pass the ball?
I never know, man. I can see how the flow of the game is going. I try to stay in attack mode. That's what my team wants me to do, and I try to continue to do it.
Russell, thank you. Kevin, he does.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further LeBron James. We watched a marvelous third quarter from him, and he basically put the game on ice at that point. And from that point on, they were in. And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal.